All right, so we are officially recording. So, hi everybody, how are you? I missed you all, and
Hi, everybody.
I have been dying to talk to you since I came back from the Pro 5 Summit. And a couple of things. You have to be at the next one. This is non-negotiable. Now, the next one is February 2017. I don't think they have the exact dates yet. I just went on events, and there's kind of a save the date area, and it just says February 2017. But just know that that's, you're going. And they actually kind of took down the page about requirements, but I know Dot probably knows, but I know, what was the first month that this one starts? I know it ends in November, but when's the first month, Dot? Do you know, for the February Summit?
I don't remember when it started. I think that I went Pro 5 a month after, so maybe it started in April.
Okay.
And
it goes to November.
Okay.
And I know you have to hit Pro 5. So let's just go with April. I'll find exactly out. So you have April through November. I know you have to hit it for sure. And sometime in between that, I know you have to maintain it the last month of November, before so you have to maintain it in November. But do you know anything in between that, Dot? Like how many months?
Well, what I recall is that once you hit that rank, you have to requalify one other month, and at least one other month, and you definitely have to requalify at the last month of the qualifying period.
Right. Okay. So we know you have to hit it between April and November. We know you have to maintain it again in November.
Mm-hmm.
And just plan on hitting it another month, So, if you didn't hit it every month, but you have to do that, I'll get it more in concrete. But now's the time to kind of plan this out. And, what I'll tell you is it was neat going to the event. It was a smaller event. There was, I think I counted 50 positions that went on this one. Now, there could have been some more that didn't make it because some people couldn't and they were going to go to the next one. But there was 50 qualified positions, and some of those positions were husband and wives, so they both were there. So there was more than 50 people there, but I counted 50 positions for this Pro 5 Summit. And it was really great to meet a lot of the people. We had Team Heart we had Tara couldn't go on this one, but it was Tara, Rachel, Amanda, Patty, me, Sean, and Marilee, and Molly. So we had 7 people, which was great out of that 50. But guys, it's very eye-opening. I met a lot of great people, all walks of life, and all levels of, what do I want to say? There were just some people that I was like, wow, you got to Pro 5? Like, they were great people, but I was just like, wow, that is amazing. Like, and then I met people that were just, naturopaths and chiropractors. It was a really great, a great mix of people. But each and every one of you all are Pro 10s, and you know that. And you all, I know, are going to, can do this. It is a decision. And here I am making the decision for you. That's probably kind of wrong, right? I sat there and said, you guys better be there. But sometimes I like to make decisions for people. But
I like being told what to do, Kelly.
Yeah. I just feel like it's time, like when I was trained, and we were trained by 3 Pro 10 separately in breakouts, it was really neat how they did it. They divided us up by areas of the country. So east, west, you know what I mean? And so my little group, there was probably, in the east group, there was probably, 18 of us. And so we stayed together in one room, and the Pro 10s came and trained us. So it was very, very small, very hands-on. So I really loved that. But first of all, they said, you're halfway to Pro 10, and that was really great to hear. Halfway to Pro 10. And what they said to us is what got us all there. Now we just have to help a few people on our team do that. And the math will get us to 8, 9, and 10, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And so that really, really opened up my eyes. So if it's okay, I'm going to go over a couple of things that I learned, if that's okay. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to really, at the end, we're going to really dive into some commitments, not commitments, but just, I'm going to just end with something. But a couple of things is, Marcel Niederhauser, he's a Pro 10, and I really, really like him. I've heard him speak, but I really got to know him. He's a crack up. He and Tyler Daniels, they are partners, but they have built 2 Pro 10 positions. Okay. 2 wow. Pro 10 positions in 7 years. And he said that, it's all about behavior and obviously creating duplication. And so what he preaches and always has ever since he's been there is, if you can create this in your team, things will happen. And that's 15 presentations a month continuously. He said that should kind of be non-negotiable. And, that can be one-on-ones, whatever. It's kind of like those that are doing the burst or whatever, but 15 presentations a month continuously. And that's what they have always done in their team. And you want to talk to everyone, and you want to work with what you got until you find what you want. That's their slogan. Write that down. Work with what you got until you find what you want. And he said, what are we looking for? We're looking for people that want to do what we are doing right now. Okay, so we're looking for people that want to do what we are doing right now. So when you're doing those 15 presentations a month continuously, that's who you're looking for as you're talking to them. So this is the system that they have built, and he said this is how it's done. 15 presentations a month. These are non-negotiable things, 4 things. 15 presentations a month, LifeVantage Academy, which is now the new thing coming up, attending a LifeVantage Academy that's near you. They used to be called something else, but you guys, those are coming up. So go to lifevantageacademy.com and look for the closest one to you. They are in September. They're in September, and that's where the Pro 10s are going to be. I know there's one in California. I'm sure like in the LA area, like just look online and see where the closest one is. And, if it's 2 hours away, it's worth the drive. And if it is, and if you have a team, it's worth getting them in the car and, going.
Absolutely.
Look on that, and then and then we have to teach our team and our leaders. And guys, here's the thing, you have to analyze your team. And I would say, you've got to start treating your team, the ones that are doing something, and raise them up, right? So I would pretty much say anybody that's a Pro 2, like those should be treated as your leaders right now, if you know what I mean, just kind of. And the more that you do that, the more they like that, right? So, but so 15 presentation a month, LifeVantage Academy, convention, or Elite Academy, those are non-negotiable, you attend. And then the other thing that they're really big on are listening to those Pro Audio series, whether they're, now you can listen to them if you have the app or, if you're still getting the CDs. But you got to train that in your team to be listening to that. Because imagine if they're hearing that. And I love those. I don't teach people to listen to them. And he said, you really want to do that. It'll build belief in LifeVantage. Mm-hmm. So those are 4 non-negotiable things. And if you master it over and over until people duplicate it. And then he said, put all of your energy in the 2% in your group. And the 2% are the people that, will do what you do. Mm-hmm. Any questions on that?
That's awesome.
Pretty simple, but when, you write it down. And then he talks about what is a presentation. Well, presentation is pretty much what we do, that new script, telling your story briefly, the company story, and how you get paid. He's big on that income disclosure statement. And, I added that to our script. And he said, we need to memorize it. Because he asked a couple times, what's the average salary of like a Pro 8? And I was just standing there and he's like, you guys got to know this. Like he knows it. And so he said, memorize that income disclosure statement. He said, people are going to come to you for 2 reasons. They want to build it, or they're going to lead you to the person that will build it. And don't forget about those people that will lead you to somebody. So that's really good.
Question real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're talking about or listen to the CDs or the teachings, what's the most simplest way to get that to your team, you think? Because I've got a mixed team here. A lot of them are old school, and they don't have Zoom and And so how would can I do a voicemail text to them about these teachings in a way, or?
Yes, and they're also available on CD, old school CD, that people can get. And what is it, $2? I think
it's $3.
Is it $3? They can get those that way. So these are people that don't have apps, right, Bill?
Well, yeah, like Jimbo with the Zoom. He's 83 years old, and I have a couple other people that are very old school. But everybody cannot be in this company unless they have an email. So could I not? Is there a way to email the voice?
Like an MP3 or something?
If you downloaded it, you could. I have a few that I downloaded, Bill. I can send you. I think I have it still on Dropbox.
Would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's a great point, Bill.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to think. I know some of my people. I know they'll get this, but I just know they're missing some stuff. Like Jimbo tonight. Yeah.
Right. And okay, that's good thinking. But yeah, so we can get some recorded, and that's a good way. I have quite a few of the CDs myself. I can get together some of them and maybe mail them or something. Somebody can burn them. I'm not good on how to do all that. But even if I got them to you, Bill, or something, they all have CD players probably.
Yeah, but they can't even be in the company without an email, right?
No. I say you can't do this without internet. At least. And if they really want to build it, my advice is when they get a couple checks to upgrade to a smartphone, they can do it. My dad is doing an iPhone.
Yes, thank you, because that's what I'm doing. Several of my people have done that already.
Yeah, okay.
Kelly,
yes.
Does LV Move have the Pro Audios?
No, it is
application.
It is I will tell you, Julie, if you want to jump. Is it the LV Pro, I think, right?
Yeah, Pro.
LV Pro has the so download LV Pro, and then you'll get the audio series on there.
Yeah, I think I have it.
Yeah. I neglect it. And that's the one where it's like how much is LV Pro, guys? $7.
A
Yeah,
month.
$7. The videos are 14 and the LV Pro's like 7.
Yeah, and the LV Pro, the LV Pro audios, they're all on there. I mean, that's a great value. So
Bill, I just posted that link in the Kelly's Leadership WhatsApp group.
Okay.
So you can share that link with them, and all they'll have to do is just download the files to their computer. Or
All
to
right.
their phone or to wherever.
Thank you so much. We'll put that in the funnel.
perfect. Okay, now I'm going to skip over to some other stuff. All right. It's going to get really good. Okay. So, and the other thing that was interesting is Marcel said that I told you he built 2 Pro 10 positions, 11 people. He attributes 11 people to that.
Wow. That's it?
Say
11
more time. Say that one more time.
Okay, so Marcel and his partner Tyler, they built 2 Pro 10 positions, and he said that 11 people, he can attribute that to 11 people, 11 leaders that went crazy. So, you know, I mean, they sponsored thousands, but you know, I mean, you've heard that. I've heard that before with the Amway guy. He attributes it to 10, you know, 10 solid leaders. You know, he tells us that eventually one of the ways they talk to us about building, and this is down the road for some of you guys, but you really want 5 strong legs. Okay. Eventually, you know, you only need 3 to get to Pro 10, but you know, having 5 strong legs, you know, you're probably going to make more money. And, you know, every so often you've heard me say something can happen and one leg could drop off the face of the earth. And, you know, you certainly, you know, if it is just 3 strong legs and one drops off the face of the earth and you go down to 2, you could lose your Pro 10 position. Do you know what I mean? So they eventually go to 5. Now, you know, right now, I tell you guys to, for sure, 3 solid, maybe work on 4. When you're going to 5, you might want to work on 4, and then we can go up from there. But the key is to have a strong leader in each one of those legs.
Oh, okay.
Okay? You want a strong leader, and you know, that might happen 10 levels down. They don't have to be at the top, but you know, until you find that strong person that's like, I got it, you know, then that person should be able to run with that leg, if that makes sense. Okay. So until, you know, you want to shore up anything, if you don't have it, you know, maybe shore that up if you come across somebody. But this is, you know, that's just to let you know what we're aiming for. Okay. But don't think you have to have that right now. Remember, you can go Pro 10 with 3, but they all pretty much have 5 strong legs.
Okay.
Okay, so what you want, we want to build this momentum, whether you're doing the burst or whether we're, you know, doing 15 presentations and teaching that through your team, that is going to be momentum, correct?
Yes.
So results of momentum is rank advancement, residual income, choices, time freedom, generational wealth, peace of mind, stress-free financially, and health. This is what Marcel teaches. So,
Okay. Do those again.
rank advancement,
Just slower. Rank advance.
results of momentum.
Abbreviate, Bill. Abbreviate.
I couldn't hear you, Kelly.
Okay, these are results of momentum. Rank advancement, number 1.
1.
Number 2 is residual income. Uh, 3 is choices.
As far as choices, as far as
you can now make choices when you have momentum and you have residual income coming. You can make more choices in your life. You know what I mean? Like,
not the truth. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Time freedom. Security. Peace of mind.
That's 1 Peter 5:7.
Mm-hmm. Generational wealth. And lastly, he talks about stress-free. And when he says stress-free, he's talking financially and health. Stress is a big cause of bad health. So, if you're stress-free, you're doing better with your health and financially. So I can't tell you how many times I have written on here, what is the system? 15 presentations a month, attend LifeVantage Academy, attend convention, and listen to the Pro audio series. That is it. So he said the other thing is interesting is, let's see. He talks about daily habits and how they're, and think about it. It's all about daily habits. Yep. What we choose to do each day. And we have to, time management is important, and we have to carve out first what's, our family, church, all that stuff, like put that down where you need to. But keep in mind that going Pro 5, 6, 7, 8 becomes life-changing for your family. So maybe these next couple of months, there'll be less time. I don't mean this like less time. You know what I'm saying when I say there might be less time for the family. I'm not saying that, but it might be more of a priority to get really focused on hitting what we want to hit. So therefore we can then spend more time after that with the family. So what a lot of them did in the beginning, they had younger children though, but they kind of asked their family and children to buy in and have that conversation. You heard about Eric Worre said it too, like, I'm going to focus on this. When I hit it, what could we do? Let's come up with something that would be a reward, for doing this and really sticking to it, which is kind of, which is great. But he talks about your daily habits. So he said there's no comfort in your growth zone, and there's no growth in your comfort zone. So let me say that again. There is no comfort in your growth zone. There's no comfort in your growth zone, but there is no growth in your comfort zone. Do you guys get that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then if it is important to you, you will find a way. And if it's not, you'll find an excuse.
Yep.
And I mean, boy, who do we know? Who do we think of? Yes. So if it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. So some of these things, when I say, think about, and you guys are all leaders to me. I mean, you just are. So when I say some of these things I'm getting ready to say, think about some of the people in your team, and sometimes it will just answer that question for you, and some of these people, they'll show up, but the ones that might not fit this, it's okay. Love them where they are. Okay. Love them where they are. And we're looking for people in the meantime that want what we want when? Now. So, leaders create, followers wait.
Oh, that's good.
Leaders create and followers wait. Leaders make things happen Followers watch things happen.
Hold it down just a bit. Leaders
Make things happen, and followers watch things happen. Leaders have vision, and followers can't see past tomorrow.
Hmm.
Let's see. Okay. Tell me when you're ready.
Good stuff.
I know. Successful people find solutions for every problem. So successful people find solutions for every problem. Unsuccessful people find problems for every solution.
True.
Unsuccessful people find problems for every solution. So those are just little checklist things. But once again, he says, but remember, we work with what you got until you find what you want.
Wow.
Always remember that. 90% of our success will be based on our attitude.
Attitude is everything.
Say
Yeah.
that again.
90% of your success will be based on your attitude.
Woo! That's huge.
Yep.
And everything. Ministry, marriage, money, everything. That's
Yeah. So when we have that mastered, that other 10%, I mean, that's like we're all the way almost to the top, you know, but we have to manage it every day. So, you know, we have to have that check-in every day with ourselves, have that little boost, little talk to ourselves, you know, remind ourselves, look at your whiteboard, build up your belief, and then just remember, we're just looking for people that want what we have now. And
Check.
right? And they'll start showing up more, which is interesting. Now, so the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is Trisha Albritton. Albrechtsen. She's a Pro 10, and Rachel took her picture. Rachel had her picture taken with her at the airport. I don't know if you guys remember. And she and her husband, he got up just briefly at convention, but he has had just crazy things happen to him. And the last thing was he was in an accidental hunting shooting and had to have his leg amputated.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? And the Trisha's a rock, and Trisha was there, and she is so powerful. And I learned so much from her, but a true testament to being a Pro 10 and having that monthly check has gotten them through so much, you know. And he really kind of had that PTSD happen to him, of course, you know, when you get shot and all of that stuff. And he's just not doing really great right now. I talked to her, and she said every day is just, you never know what you're going to get, but blessings that they have this thing. But this woman really knows the comp plan, and she's very calm and a good way of talking. And there was just some things that she opened my mind to. Couple of things that they kind of teach. Once again, she talks about the 5 legs. That's your goal, 5 strong legs, you know, eventually. And like I said, don't worry about this right now, but just know that is a goal that I think we all should have. it will also build a very big paycheck, you know, a bigger paycheck as well. But so you want 5 legs, and this is what she's taught from the beginning. Eventually, what you want that brand new person to do right out of the gate that wants it like we do is really challenge them to get 10 platinum packs as soon as possible. And I know it sounds crazy, but many of us did that. Bill, look at Dr. Luana.
I know.
Okay, they're out there. Okay.
Oh, believe me, they're out there.
Okay, so 10 platinum packs as soon as possible, and then 10 to 20 customers. And she talks about with anything, with all of us, we've got to remember this: the faster, the better. The faster our brand new person sponsors somebody, the better, because they get a check, right?
Right.
I mean, one check, one $500 check, I mean, they're in, right? They know it works. So, but the ones that we don't see it, you guys, we've seen it 2 months later, 3 months later, we don't hear from them as much, right? So, and what she talks about with the 10 platinum packs as soon as possible, she said that they should get 3 to 4 to stick out of that 10, right?
Right.
3 to 4 to stick. She said 2 to 3 of those will be what she calls, keep them incubators. She said keep them warm and informed. She calls it incubator. Keep them warm and informed. That means they'll do a little bit, you know, they love the product and all of that. She said 2 to 3 of those will probably pretty much just become customers. You know, they came in as a platinum, but pretty much they're just a customer. And that's just the math.
Okay, say that one more time. Out of 10 platinums, 3 will stick, you said?
She said 3 to 4 will probably stick and duplicate. Do what you do if you get them off to the right start. And then, but she said 2 to 3 will probably become incubators. They'll just do a little bit. And then 2 to 3 of those will just turn into be glorified customers. Right? But she said when you find 5 master builders, which you are all master builders, but when you find 5 of those, and think about it, some of you guys have them, that act and think like a Pro 10, she said we have got to act and think like a Pro 10 always, okay? So we know we're doing that. When we find 5 in our team that do the same thing, then, you know, you get 5 of those. Basically, she said then they should become Pro 3, and that'll get you to Pro 5, okay? So those 5 people that are thinking and acting like a Pro 10, get them to Pro 3 as soon as possible. At the same time, you'll go Pro 5. Then you get those 5 to Pro 5. You'll go Pro 7. So once they go Pro 3, they're going to want to go Pro 5, right? Do you know anybody that wouldn't?
Of course not.
Right? And then you get them to the Pro 5 Summit, just wined and dined. Then they'll want to get back. Like once you guys get to the Pro 5 Summit, just like me, you will want every one of your people at that thing. Okay? So then you'll come back, you'll get them there, you'll go Pro 7. You get 5 Pro 7s. Then you get them to Pro 7s, you'll be Pro 9. And the rest is history. So just think of those 5 master builders that act and think like a Pro 10. Once you find them, you'll run to the top. So I want you guys to think right now, do you have any now, you know? Who do you have that are act and think like a Pro 10, or, you know, literally know how to log in their back office and know how to sign somebody up? You know what I mean? Like, take the lead right now. as a Pro 2 or Pro 3. We have them, right? Who are they? Identify them and have a conversation with them and let them know. They might not even know what they're capable of. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then obviously there's probably a few empty spots that need, you have some openings, and now we're going to find those people. But who right now on your team is doing this, wants it, have a conversation. They might just be waiting for the conversation. Let them know what you're planning on doing and that how they fit into it. And that's the start of something right there. Basically, a couple of things. I started thinking about it. I've been in 3 companies. I have never been more sure about a company. I've never been treated so nicely so soon in this company. The trips, it's crazy what they do for people. This Pro 5 Summit, guys, they fly you in. Like, they hook you up with a travel agent and they book your flight. You don't even pay for it and get reimbursed. Like, they take care of it. Every meal was catered, and buses, like, we didn't do a darn thing. Like, I have been in another company and I was a higher level than I am now, and it was like 2 meals, and get your way there. There's a car waiting for you with your name on it when you fly in to the Pro 5 Summit. So it's so wonderful to see people, what that means. You know what I mean? And so it's just, I can't tell you. And Darren sat with us for dinner. Like, they're all there. Then we went to the soccer game, and that's the other thing. You go to the LifeVantage soccer. First of all, the stadium is unbelievable. LifeVantage everywhere. Pro Tandem bottles on the screen is bigger than life. The jerseys say LifeVantage. The crowd's wearing LifeVantage. They don't even know what they're,
promoting.
Yeah, and the owner of the team, we got to go after the game, we got to go on the field, and the owner came, the owner of the LifeVantage team, and they've been owned before by another company. I can't remember. They used to wear some other jerseys, but now they're at LifeVantage. You know that the owner of the soccer game is one of the largest stockholders of LifeVantage. He just bought so much stock, and he's the nicest man. And so it's just, we're in the right company. So I just sat there and I was like, I should not be sitting here alone. I have the best leaders in all of Team Heart. I hope you know that. And Rachel and Tara know it and tell me all the time. And so I was just like, it's time. Now, I'm not your boss, and I hope I never come off as a boss. Like, when I get like this, it's just because I'm just like, I know what we're capable of. And I know it's hard, and I know it's a decision, but I've had a couple conversations with a few of you off camera, and, it's kind of, the conversation has been, it's time. So, and that didn't come from me. So I'm just nudging very sweetly. And it's not going to be easy. I know that, but it's going to be the most rewarding thing. And just think about what that means for your team. So what do you guys think? I mean, I know you guys can do it by November. What do you guys think?
Hands down.
Okay. So, here's, and it, like I said, it's scary, and you're going to hear some no's, and we already know that, but gosh, the people that tell us no, like, for the first time, I feel like I'm with a company that has so much validation that I just don't care.
Mhm.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like so much science, so much so much that. But I want to share with you something. It's probably going to make me cry because some of you don't know me. I get emotional sometimes. But this was just a really short YouTube. It's about 3 minutes. I'm going to, before I play, right when I play it, I want you guys to all mute your microphones because I want you to not have any background noise. I'm going to share my screen so you should be able to hear it. This was a video that I saw played. It's just an inspirational video, but I saw it played about 8 years ago, and it was very, very moving to me, and it nudged me to make a decision that was very, very hard for me, and that's when I knew I had to leave Shosai. And that was very, very, very hard decision for me. But somebody played this, interestingly enough, at a Shosai leadership event that I went to, and I went to it wondering if I was going to stay or not. And when I saw it, it was like, Kelly, because I don't like change, and I don't like to make, that comfort. There's no comfort, the growth in your growth zone. You know what I mean? That whole thing. So I know it's tough, but I know we can do it, but it's just a decision. And I know, like, we've been a little bit quiet as a team, you know what I mean? But yet it's summer and all that stuff. But if you guys really want to make this decision, we got to get more vocal as a team and get our team excited. And do you know what I mean? Like, not just rely on Rachel and, all that stuff. Like, we've got it. Like, our team has it. And we're going to set the bar for all of Team Heart. I hope you know that. I think I'm always known as the quiet little, but I think I have the most, and I probably got it from my mother, but I think I have the most, like, we can do it. And I usually surprise people. So I like to be a little more on the quiet side. But I want to share something with you because I know it's going to be scary a little bit for us, but I'm here and we can do it. So let me play this really quick and then we'll get back. So hold on, mute your phones, or your computers, and then let me share the screen. I hope you can hear it. Listen really, really good. Okay.
I'll be fine. I'll do it. Well, here goes something, I guess. You can do this. I'm gonna jump.
You got it.
Whoa, my ski's slipping off.
Remember, never snowplow, okay?
No snow plows.
Keep it straight, you'll be fine.
Okay. Straight. Do you go faster on the end run?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Is it any steeper, do you think? Not much?
Same steepness, it's just longer.
Just longer. Just longer. Just a bigger 20, that's all.
Yep. That's
Just
on.
a bigger 20. Go ahead. I got it. Okay. Here. I go. Just the suspense at the top of the first time freaks you out. That's the only thing. It's so fun. Huh? 60 seems like nothing now. Whoa!
So here I go. Let's see. Go back to the screen. Stop share. Okay. So unmute. So did you guys hear all that?
I totally remember seeing that, Kelly, way back in the day.
You remember? And that spoke to me. Did you hear her fear?
Yeah.
Like
Trembling voice.
trembling in her voice and just reassuring. And I remember watching that, and I was in a point in my life where I was scared and I was staying in my same place but it was going to be okay. And it was the craziest thing. I bawled after I saw that. And then I made a big decision, and it was the best decision because it's led me to we are all today. So I know it's scary. I know we can do it. I know the woohoo at the end, like, you know what I mean? Like our team and guys, like we're the only team, like Bill has hit the trip. Like, I mean, like our team, Garth and Virginia, like they're there, like Dot's there. Like we are the quiet little team that has the biggest woohoo.
Come on.
Right?
Yes.
So let's do this. It's a decision. We have to map it out, and we have to do and I'm speaking to myself too, right? And we have to kind of do something every day. And then we just have to love the people where they're at. You know, we have some people in our team. We have to just love them where they're at. Maybe they're incubators. We keep them warm, make sure they're great testimonials and all that stuff. But, just let's add to that group of who wants it. And so I feel like we have a lot of month left in August.
Oh, yeah.
Also to get a lot of points on the board. Mary, you got great points. Like we all have great points. And getting to Cancun, this is the perfect storm. Like getting to Cancun is going to get you to the Pro 5 Summit. Do you know what I mean? Like all this stuff is going to get us to so many things that it's just really great that's an added bonus, another trip. So, so you're going to go to Cancun, all paid for. And then in February, you'll go to Park City, Utah with a driver. And then, you're going to go to the Pro 7 Summit. I'm going to the Pro 7 Summit next month.
Wow.
I didn't know I was. Yay. And they told me that I'm going to Lake Tahoe next month. And that one, They said, if you think the Pro 5 is something, and I'm just like, I'm fine with this, like, honestly. So I want to, and I wouldn't be there without you guys. I wouldn't be going to the Pro 7 Summit without you all. I want you to know that. I want to pay it back in 100-fold by getting you guys to where you need to be. And I'm a really good team builder. Like, I don't like to pat myself on the back on a lot of things, but I'm a really good team builder.
Well, you could just drag us along. You do know that.
I mean, I'm really good on the phone. Like, I think, like there's a lot of stuff I'm not good at, but so just keep me busy. Like, text me, do whatever. Like, we're just looking for people like us. And all of us think like Pro 10s, right?
Right.
So any questions, comments?
Let's do it.
Was this okay? I'm not your boss.
But you are a boss.
Oh, you're so
You're my boss.
You're off.
I just know that I just think some of us sometimes just step back, and it's okay. Like, we're fine where we are. But when I know everybody's potential, and I mean, you guys are already crushing it, but like, let's just really go. So, let's identify those leaders. Let's make up the difference. Let's book those one-on-ones. A lot of you guys are already doing that, making appointments and things like that for the burst. But the ones that you have identified, let's teach them the 15 presentations, teach them how to do all that stuff. And guys, it's such a wonderful thing when you find that in your team and they just run with it. Because I'm so blessed because I have it. I'm looking at you guys. But I want that for you guys,
Amen.
Okay. So let's keep in touch more. Let's have that daily conversations. We can do it in our leadership Zoom group. We can do whatever. But let's keep finding those. And, many of you guys have Pro 5s on your team that I see that are Pro 5 potentials. If you want to have a conversation with me, we can talk about it. But I've seen some people that I know have that ability. They might just need that conversation, and maybe you can even tell them Kelly saw it in them, you know, and I had a conversation with you and Kelly saw that, and let's go.
So you record this, Kel, where we can listen again,
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah, I recorded it, and then I'll probably in the morning, I'll get the link and I'll send it to you guys. But it's probably back to the whiteboard. Now, many of you guys are still doing the whiteboard, and I'm getting pictures of them. But go back to the whiteboard. Know your numbers. I'm working on memorizing the income disclosure statement because I was called out because I didn't know it. You know, do you know where the income disclosure statement is? Do you have it on your phone? Do you have the levels? You know, do you know those kinds of things? We need to know as leaders. And then let's go. So let's crush it for August. Let's really do it. And I want you guys there. It's going to go really fast. I cannot believe it's halfway August. I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, the stores are putting crazy decorations for sale for
I mean,
seasons that I can't
Halloween
even relate.
costumes are out.
Yeah.
I saw Halloween last night.
Yeah. So remember, the Cancun's done at the end of September, right? The Cancun points, got to lock that up. I need you guys to be hitting Pro 5, you know, a couple times between now and then. I want you to walk the stage in October. I mean, there's so much. We are like, and Orlando, make sure you're booked for Orlando.
Right.
Make sure your team that wants it is booked for Orlando. Couple of things I want to go over, the real one thing really quick. So I think you guys might have figured out if you've enrolled anybody. It's now $1,250 and $650. Okay, so Advantage is $650 and a Platinum is $1,250.
Okay.
And I got Darren explained a lot of the things. So they had to there's a brand new starter kit, which is amazing. I'm actually ordering one for myself. We can order the starter kits in our back office. I recommend getting one. I might get two personally, because if somebody wanted to get started, I might give it to them. Or if I have somebody that I think wants to do it and they're afraid, I might give it to them. It has great samples in it, great tools. So I recommend you guys at least get one, but the brand new person's going to get that. Well, they had to take it out of the original package because of the Direct Selling Association. It had to be separate. But anyhow, it raised the price. But let me tell you what you do get new that wasn't before. When somebody comes in as a Platinum, they get 2 months free of LV Move. Okay, so the LV Move app, they get 2 free months of that. Awesome. And they get 2 what they're calling event track passes, 2 of them. What that means is for the next Elite Academy, that will get them into Elite Academy, Eric Worre, and the Science Academy.
Oh, nice.
Okay, they're going to get 2 of those. So we know how much Eric Worre is just separate. So add that into the value, if you see what I'm saying.
Huge.
And they get 2 of those. So if they're spouses, they can go together, or they can use one for Elite Academy and then one for convention, the next convention.
Awesome.
Advantage Pack, which used to get no tickets, Advantage Pack gets 1 ticket into Elite Academy.
Okay.
It won't get them the Eric Worre, but it will get them, and that's $79 value at least, or $89.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also supposed to be a little bit more something else in there, but those are just good enough reasons right there. A brand new person, don't even tell them the prices change. Like, that's what it is. You know, we just know because that's how we came in, but that's just to let you know what.
Right.
Okay.
It's awesome.
So, but that event ticket alone is huge, and two free months of LV Move is huge. So I wanted to have that conversation. So we need to teach that to the team, or if your team mentions it, you know now about that. I wanted to cover that.
Awesome.
Kelly, when are they going to post the exact the points for all this Cancun trip?
I would think that they should be pretty accurate when they pay on the 15th. So you know how every month on the 15th we get our monthly check, and that's when they kind of go through what happened the month before. So I would look at about the 16th of the month and check your points, and they should be updated from everything current.
Right.
If you see any problems or whatever, just, let me know. Because they're good on, if you think, but they're kind of waiting, like I said, so everything that for July, we get paid on August 15th, and they kind of close the month in. So I think you'll be seeing some updating.
Yeah, because I haven't seen none for a while, so I just didn't know.
Yeah. So don't go by it exactly now. But I
Like,
know you had Dr. Luana hit Pro 3, so you got points for that. Like,
Yeah.
You're there. You went over 4.
Oh, I want to get to 6,000. So good trip. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at that way.
Okay. So the best way you guys are going to get points on top of recruiting, and remember, the maximum you can get for recruiting is 2,000. Then after that, it's your own rank requalification or your rank promotion, and also getting as many people on your personals to Pro 3. So that's where I focus on.
Yep.
And I do think in August they're going to add a couple of little bonus things for extra points. So be looking for that.
I like that.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right. So team, what do we call ourselves? A subset of Team Heart. What could we be?
Radical fanatical.
I like it.
We'll figure something out. But all right. Well, let's go do it. And let me just make sure. So I love you guys so much. I'm so
Welcome back. Welcome back. We missed you. We didn't know where in the heck you were, man.
I know. Oh, and I also recorded, and I'll try to put it in the leadership. Marcel kind of did a whole little whiteboard comp plan kind of thing, which would be maybe over the heads of some people, but I recorded it. I'll try to put it in the WhatsApp, because I know some of you guys love the whiteboard sticks and circles. It was pretty cool.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
You said the presentation, tell your story, tell the company story, know how you get paid. And you said, and I added the income disclosure statement. Are you talking about like when you do a launch call that you put all that in there?
Well,
Did I miss
in the launch call, it's harder for me to, here's another thing. I'd love to do some launches with you guys on Zoom. I think they're way more powerful. And here's my thing on that. Some people might say, well, not all my people know how to get on Zoom. Well, guess what? I only need 2 or 3 people that can figure it out. And the ones that can figure it out are Pro 10s. All right. So Rachel and them are having really good Zooms. And that way I can share my screen and I can do so much more. So consider that. All right. And it's easy to do.
Love that idea.
Right, Mary? I mean,
Love it.
you only need a couple people that if they can figure out how to get on Zoom, I want them on the team. If they can't figure it out, they're probably just should be customers.
Yeah, pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So, but I can share so much more, and I can pull up the income disclosure statement. I can pull up PubMed, and you know what I mean? And so I really want to do that. I've done it. I've also done them one-on-one. So if you guys have a prospect, I can do it one-on-one with them and you too, like a 3-way call, but on Zoom.
Wow.
Okay.
It's very powerful to look somebody eye to eye.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And I can read them too. You know what I mean? So this is ours to use 24/7. So, but if it was just you doing it, know how you get paid, you know, just talk about the income disclosure statement and, you know, basically the things I talk about first is just the fast start bonuses. That's what somebody really wants to know, you know, right away to get their money back and stuff like that.
Okay, I thought maybe you were insinuating that you changed something on there.
No,
Okay,
no. You can still go by that script.
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All
Yes,
right. So let's get going. I'll be
Yep,
talking
let's
to you
do
guys.
this.
Let's not be ghost town on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Really bad.
Okay.
I've been bad. I'll be better. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Welcome home, there, old traveler.
I will. I'm going to be around.
Awesome.